Now is Matt Austin and Ginger Gadsden with Florida's Fourth Estate.
Hi there, and welcome to Florida's Fourth Estate. We're so glad to have you with us. We thought we would do an episode in which we explain to you some of the worst career advice we have gotten. This is one of the topics that comes up in the green room sometimes, where we say, man, can you imagine if we had really gone full tilt with what this person told us to do? We would be in a place like Paducah. If that
I would be in a straitjacket.
Glad to have you with us. My name's Matt Austin, news anchor here at Channel 6, the beautiful newsroom where we're taping from.
Why do you have to bring up where you are?
Well, sometimes I'm at the house. You're always at the same place.
And I'm Ginger Gadsden. I'm in the beautiful newsroom as well. I'm right across from him. I have to look at his face all day.
She can't avoid me. On the anchor desk, at her own desk, we have cubicles that face each other. This is why.
No, this is, I'm kidding when I say I have to look at you all day. You're one of the joys. I get to work with you because I tell you, had I taken some of the terrible career advice I was given, I would have never made it this far. I might have been handing you like maybe, I don't know, a rose on a street corner. Like, like asking you, do you want a lovely rose for your lady friend?
And I'd be rolling up my window real quick. Oh, goodness.
Okay, so, I've been doing this for more than a minute, but a lot of people don't know. I started out doing weather, and weather is what got me out of Columbia, South Carolina. Columbia, South Carolina is also my college town. So my first job was in my college town, and I was doing weather, and it was great because you can figure out ways to say hot, humid, and hazy. But my next big jump was from Columbia to Indianapolis, Indiana. And at the time, I was doing weather. So my bosses, they call me into the office one day, and they say, we have an opportunity. I was terrible at weather, by the way.
Wait, tell me how bad you were at the weather.
We had a tornadic outbreak that I missed on a weekend.
That you missed? What do you mean you missed it?
I missed it. It only happened once.
And that's when they had this opportunity for you?
It was a great opportunity, Ginger. We want you to be our evening news anchor. You're not going to miss much there because everybody is just going to surround you. No. So they said, you're really good. We like you. You're doing a great job, except for that one thing that you didn't tell people about. And they moved me to the anchor desk. And they're like, we love you. We think you're doing a great job. You're awesome. And then a consultant comes in, a talent coach, if you will, comes in, sits me down. We go in the conference room, and she says, Ginger, we're going to need you to do a couple of things.
Ooh, couple of things.
Couple
of recommendations.
Oh, my gosh. Two. One of them was terrible. The other was great, and I did it. And you're going to figure out which one I did in just a second. So,
inquiring minds want to know, Ginger.
She looks at me, and I know this came right from our news director because he couldn't tell me directly, so he had the female talent coach tell me. He's like, Ginger, we're going to need you to get a boob job.
Whoa.
And we're going to need you to straighten your teeth. Because I had some very special friends in my mouth. I did not have braces as a kid, and I had some really messed up teeth. And you really saw it. I have a big smile.
That's hard. That's hard to imagine because you have perfect smile.
Then I think you guessed which one I took them up on.
Let's see. At home, everybody, let's get a shot of her. Was it the teeth that she fixed?
It was so, and I never even hesitated because I knew, I'm like, well.
And they paid for them, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I mean, the teeth.
They were going to pay for the other thing, too.
Were they really?
I was like, I'm not going to alter my body, but I will alter my teeth because I needed those things moved around. And I know it's hard to think of that today because I get a lot of compliments on my teeth, but as an adult lady person on air, I had braces, and it was one of the most painful experiences of my life, but also one of the best decisions that I that I had made for me.
Wow.
So anyway,
That's really
they
good.
paid for my braces, but I said ixnay on the boob job.
But I mean, do you think that would have hurt your career? I mean, realistically here. Let's talk
Really?
shop.
Are you asking? What? Are you
I'm
asking?
you're
me
saying
right
it was
now?
some of the worst advice ever. Are you like I assumed you were
Because-
going to come out with something that was like, if I had done this.
It sounds like you're saying I should have taken them off.
No. Okay, let me be very clear. I am not saying that.
Wow, this has taken a turn.
My advice that I got was bad advice. That if I had done this, I would have been laughed out of every newsroom
Did
in
you, but
America.
you tried it, right? Did you try
Yeah, I
it?
tried
okay.
it. All right,
What
let's move
happened?
away from yours because I feel like
Yeah.
I'm getting in trouble.
What happened?
Okay, so I started out in this market, Idaho Falls, Idaho. Out of 212 markets, this is number 164, baby. And so I got a news anchor job out there. We cruised right out to Idaho for the first gig, and I knew nothing of what I was doing. I had never done live television before. They're like, okay, we're going to get you live here, and you've done that before. And I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm terrified. I have never done anything live, don't know what I'm doing.
That's what that market's for.
So basically, if you're over the age of 24 and you have advice for me, I'm going to listen to you, whatever it is. So one day after a show, I'm sitting at my little cubicle like I am now, and this woman comes, and she was probably in her 30s. So to me
She's
at the
older
time,
than 24.
I got my first job at 21. And that was what I had here. So just to let you know what
Yeah.
I'm working with. She comes up and she's like, hey, I have something I need you to try. Okay, keep in mind, this person does not work in the newsroom. She doesn't.
Where'd she come from?
She's in sales or something. I don't even know. To this day, I don't know what she
Did
did.
she even work in the building?
She worked in the building, that much I knew. She comes over to my desk and she says, I think you should try mascara. I was talking about it. She acted like this was coming from like some other place. And she's
Network.
like, you need to try mascara. And she pulls out this like Walmart mascara, drops it on my desk, and goes, you need some more definition around your eyes. So you should try this. And I'm like, I'm thinking.
You're young.
I'm young. I'm going to take, I didn't know I was going to wear makeup before I got this job. I'm now wearing makeup. Why not just throw on a little mascara? Okay?
Why not?
So my show was at night, and about 15 minutes before the show, I go back into the bathroom and I take this mascara. No one's ever explained to me what to do with this. I'm afraid to ask my wife at home because I'm so embarrassed. I figure I'm just going to slide this on. No one's going to notice, right?
Oh, yeah, okay.
So I get back there. I'm in this little like trailer bathroom, small market TV, and there's like a toilet and there's like one little mirror. And so I take the mascara for the first time.
First of all, I don't
in
even
my
know
life.
what technique you're using right now.
I'm like, I think I'm going to like hold it up.
You're putting a contact.
Is this what
lens
you
in.
do?
No,
I
it's
think
not.
I'm all holding it open like this. And even with that, like I'm getting a LASIK surgery.
What is wrong with
It's-
that?
And I accidentally jam it into my eyeball, and
Yeah, you did.
and I blink it, and so it jams even harder into my eyeball, and my eyes just start pouring water. I mean, there's water everywhere, and so this one eye is just gooing with. I look like I'm in some sort of Kiss cover band. I mean, it's all down my face. I've got to be on TV in like 7 minutes now, and I've got mascara everywhere, which is like tattooing
You
yourself.
spent half that time jamming it into your eye.
I did.
Okay, great.
So I grab the paper
Wow.
towels and I'm wiping myself off, and I finally like 3 minutes
towels.
before, there were some paper towels there. I got it eventually. After I probably took off 7 layers of skin. I was so angry, Ginger. I was so mad that I listened to this person that I couldn't do it, and so I throw it in the garbage can and I run
Wow.
out there and I barely make it to my show. And I talked to some ladies about this, particularly my wife, and I go, this woman tried to get me to wear mascara, and she goes, why would you do that? Like, why didn't you talk? Who was this woman? I'm like, I don't know. I don't really
I
know
don't
who
even
she
think
is.
she existed.
No,
I think
she
some
existed.
ghost came and told you. Man.
You think I hallucinated this woman? No. I'm still friends with her on Facebook. I'm not going to out her.
Oh,
I know she exists. I know she exists.
Oh my gosh, I want a rebuttal from her. I want her.
Maybe we'll contact her.
Stay with Florida's Fourth Estate as we go from worst career advice to one pretty solid career. We talk to the local guy responsible for creating a very important part of the big game.
Welcome back to Florida's Fourth Estate. It is a big weekend. A lot of people are going to be choking down wings and beer and ranch dressing. And
why are we choking it down? Can't we just eat it like normal people?
Because you can't. This is America. We got to choke it down while we watch the Super Bowl. Super Bowl Sunday is coming, and there is a Florida tie that's very interesting. You're going to watch the coin toss, and as that coin is just sparkling in the air, just know that there is a Florida tie, Ginger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a big Florida tie. And, I feel like if you're new to Florida, and so many people are, you may not know that coin is made by a company in Melbourne, Florida, Highland Mint. And we're lucky enough today to have Vince Bobot. He's the executive vice president of Highland Mint joining us. And it's so fascinating because many people don't know that coin, the Super Bowl coin, is made there. But you guys make so many other coins. You do it for all the NFL games, the special ones. Is that right?
Right. We make the flip coin for every NFL game, and in the postseason, there's special coins made for every week. Divisional playoffs, divisional playoffs, conference championships, and the Super Bowl.
So how does it come to be that you guys are the guys when it comes to this coin? How does that even happen?
Yeah, well, it goes back many years. So the Highland Mint, we've been around since the late 80s, but in 1993, we got into the licensed sports arena, and we got a license with the NFL. And being a mint, that's where they tagged us to go ahead and mint the coin for the coin toss for the Super Bowl. Prior to us minting the coin, they didn't know what was used to start the game. So here we are. We have the official coin. This is for the 29th year in a row. And the game doesn't start without us.
Yeah, that is so cool that is your role in all of this. And it's every NFL game, but you get this extra attention for the Super Bowl because we actually do get to watch the coin toss. It's one thing they skip in a lot of broadcasts. But I'm curious, how do you get into this business? You are in the mint business. Feels like you would need some serious heavy machinery to make this happen. So first, how did you start this? Whose idea was this?
So we just, it's a business that we took over in 1993. It was actually a failing business that we turned around, and just with, as the business grew, we went ahead and reinvested. And we're not only a sports license company, we're also a mint, kind of like the U.S. Mint, except we're minting investment grade rounds and not currency, and we're privately owned.
So does that mean that there is some sort of crazy what do you need to, if I wanted to start a mint, say I wanted the Matt Mint company, what do I need to be able to make a coin? Because it's not simple, I would imagine.
No, it's not simple. It's a whole process. And yes, there is heavy machinery, and we melt silver here, and we extrude silver, and we blanket, and we're vertically integrated here. So everything's done right here on the premises, whether we're minting coins, whether we're framing, whether we're packaging. Every component that we use is made in the USA. So whether it's the wood, it's sourced in the U.S., whether it's paper, it's sourced in the U.S., whether it's metal, it's sourced in the U.S. And so we're very proud of that side of our business.
So everyone's thinking about Super Bowl right now. And when you guys learned some 39 years ago that you were going to be the company, first of all, how did that conversation, that call go? And then what next level did you have to take it to? Because once you do it for the first time, you want to be the people to do it always. So what was special about that first coin?
Well, the first coin that we minted for the Super Bowl was really for the NFL. and they noticed that we had strong distribution to retail stores. So that's where they said, wait, why don't you, let's do this every year. So not only do we mint the coin that's used for the coin toss, they use number 1, but we also sell replicas of the coin. And obviously that generates royalties for the league and sales for the league. So that was our role in starting and getting the opportunity to mint the coin.
I'm curious about the business aspect of this, because it seems like you bought a failing business decades ago. Is it safe to say that this is now a big successful boon for you? How did you do that? How do you make the turnaround of a business that is about to maybe go under, and you buy it on the cheap and turn it into something successful?
Well, it's a lot of hard work, right? I mean, there's a lot of ebbs and flows, peaks and valleys in businesses, and it's really keeping a focus. From ownership on down, there's been strong focus. We're lucky to have a good group of employees. Everybody takes everything to heart, and we're still a small business at the end of the day. And it's just keep reinvesting, keep your nose to the grindstone, and try to cut out the waste. And over time, you make a name for yourself. And which 30 years later, here we are.
Yeah, normally we say, oh, you got to go out and make some coin. You're really making some coin.
Nice work, Ginger.
That's right.
No, that's pretty fantastic. So what happens to that Super Bowl coin? I know you do the replicas, but the one that is flipped and we see it on TV, where does that one go, or where do they live?
So that coin is sent to, sometimes it's sent to the Hall of Fame. And I've seen our coin there at the Hall of Fame, which is nice. We've made the Hall of Fame, the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And but in the past, I think last year or a couple of years ago, they went ahead and they auctioned it off for a charity, and the coin sold for over $5,000. So it's really up to the NFL what happens with it.
That's fantastic. So tell me, what is outside of the Super Bowl coin? That's probably not your biggest seller. What is like the most profitable thing for you? What's the most common thing people buy?
Well, we specialize in the coin makes everything special. So since we're a mint, we try to include coins into all our products. One of the main items that we do is custom framing. So we'll have collectibles such as maybe you can see behind me the Packers ticket frame. That's something that where we have replicas of every Super Bowl ticket, and we combine it with a coin, and that's a really big seller. So anything that is matted, framed, collectible, everything's individually numbered that we do. We try to give a collectability to all our products. And again, great distribution to great partners.
I watched some video of you guys, the process of making a coin. And the thing that made me most nervous was not the melted down silver or whatever that you heat up to 1800 degrees or something so it can turn to liquid. It's the fact that you have to keep everything clean and pristine, because if there's like a little speck of something, it could ruin the whole thing, right?
Well, yeah, it could ruin the whole thing. It affects the quality of the product. So there's a secure room where the coins are minted, where it's free of dust, and it's an air-conditioned area. The rest of the mint, it's hot because we're melting.
Yeah. Wow. It's just spectacular to see that done. And it's so awesome. And, Florida gets a bad rap for so many things, but this is one of the things we can really be proud of. Has it ever come to a point where the team that you're rooting for in the Super Bowl is in the Super Bowl and you're making that coin and you're like, this better be a good coin?
Well, we really look at it from a business aspect every year. Whoever has the best customer base is who we want to win.
A businessman. That's the kind of man who buys a business that's failing, turns it around, and is making money 39 years later, or whatever it is. Vince Bobot, thank you so much. Highland Mint, if you ever want to turn that Super Bowl ticket or the ticket, you want to turn that memory into something that you can put on your wall in your office. What a cool idea for a business. Vince, thank you so much for joining us on Florida's Fourth Estate. We'd love to have you on again sometime.
Yeah.
Great. Thank
And
you
happy
very
Super
much.
Bowl
Enjoy the
Sunday.
Super Bowl and don't miss the coin toss.
We won't.
we
We
won't.
won't. And you keep working that smelter, buddy. You keep doing it. I like it.
So inappropriate.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Vince.
Thank you for watching Florida's Fourth Estate. You can download it from wherever you listen to podcasts or watch anytime on News 6 Plus.